Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm killing people with this video. All right, so here's like an example of like the entire structure of what's happening. And once you know this, you can't do anything about it. Hence why I'm still alive and all that stuff. So here's what people are doing. They're taking this whole structure of everything that's happening, and at this point, none of the perspectives of what happened end on me. I'm always just a part of what happened, a victim that needs to be, removed from the situation, yada, 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 right? And here's what these guys are doing. These guys, now, at this point, you can't be surviving this conversation because I am killing people if they don't have this knowledge and they're trying to act on this. So you can't be surviving at this point. So I've already called you regardless of what little tricks and lies you try to use to avoid acknowledging the fact that I know that you know all of this by now. So here's what they're doing. They're selectively removing the facts that they want on any given situation, and it's creating a condensed, or let's say a lesser form of context that they claim to know and that they don't have all the ones that they removed. And what they do with that is they say, well, based on this, if I attacked you, I wouldn't be wrong. Based on thinking like this, if I attacked you, I wouldn't be wrong. I would be like you. I wouldn't know any better, huh? And so what that is they have an outer layer that knows this entire structure, which is why they're even at this point able to interact with the situation. Because at this point, I'm serious. I kill people. I know that you guys think I'm joking here, but notice that Roblox video actually ended up doing some shit. I'm actually interacting with life. I want you to know that. It means that I actually have a grip on what this is. I want you to know that you can call for help. You can try to pretend that you don't believe any of this. You can try to tell yourself it's not happening, but I'm past that point. I want you to know that there's nothing you can do. So what they have here is they know their structure, and that's the outer layer of their thinking. And then what they do is they create a second layer. This is their private face. This is their public face. And with their public face, they use it to attack me, mainly because they don't want me to have positive images. They don't want me to be successful. They don't want me to have control over the situation. And that's the whole video about, imagine me being rich, successful, good, happy, no problems, amazing, talented, creative, all that stuff. This is why they do that. They ignore their structure. They select what they want to know, and then they say, this is all I think right now. And then they use that to attack me, to prevent me from getting where I want to be. So now, I fully caught them here. At this point, they're going to start playing possum. And what possum is I don't understand. They'll start crying. They'll start, it's not fair, I didn't know. They'll do all that shit, right? And this was clever back when it was used as a strategy to try and trap me. If you picked some of the facts of this instead of all of it and made your thinking like this and said that based on that, he didn't know, I don't know, so y'all should forgive me. I'm not forgiving you. And at this point, any authority that claims that I have to, I'm fighting. So, they're just gonna fucking panic. They're gonna start crying. They're gonna really sell it too. They're really gonna sell it. They're really gonna fucking like panic, because this is all it is. They're gonna transform that panic, right? They all thought that they were immune. They all thought they were invulnerable. They thought that they could just get away with it if we said that we didn't know, mainly because they hoped deep down that I just wasn't a good person, that what happened to me wasn't what caused any of my past, that I was just born to be like that. That's what they want to believe here. They're gonna die if they believe that, because I don't play with that. I'm not letting you add damage to who I'm gonna be. I'm not letting you pretend, well, I just can't see how he would turn out any different. I can see how you could not turn out based on your argument, okay? So they're just gonna fucking use that panic to sell them. They're gonna say, or they're gonna cry, it's not fair, we didn't know, please stop, don't listen to them, it's possum, they're playing stupid. Kill them. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just relax. We're not gonna get any consequences for this, I promise you. There are no consequences for doing this. They're playing possum, they're using their panic to sell it. That's all it is. because this is the entire structure as it's been explained several times. We know that they're just going to go down to a selective awareness structure and use that to attack me, to deny me success, and to try and give themselves control over the situation, or at least compared to me socially. Remember, private face is this, public face is what they claim to know and what they dismiss knowing. So at this point, there is no crime being committed. They will cry. They'll make you feel bad. They'll really try and tear jerk you here. But remember, they are playing possum, pretending they don't understand, and then selling it with the panic of the situation. That's all they're doing. That's all it is, okay? So no matter how believable they are when they say they didn't know, how do they know before you even get to them that they're dying? How do they know? Who was it that they all saw die just now, that they all started panicking and realized, oh shit, we actually can get caught. Oh fuck, who was it? Who died? So they do know because they were keeping track of that. That's proof that they know. And like I said, at this point, you're not interacting with the situation if you don't know all of this. So yeah, just get ready to get through a bunch of crying possums, and for all of them to try and make you feel bad. Now, I've made them completely rational here. They're probably avoiding my information simply because it'll rationalize their behavior, or it'll at least make it so that they can't claim that this is unfair. So they'll try and use the fact that we're still going despite the possum panics to claim that they have the right to be violative and corruptive. They were already being that way beforehand. Do not let them blame you for that. They were already tricking. They were already selectively being aware so that they could get away with stuff. They were already trying to sell it as what I was doing so that they could justify taking me out. They were already doing all of these things. This is not the reason they're doing it. They're just trying to make you stop by claiming a confusion of, this is causing us to act violent. This is causing us to be fucked up in the head because we really feel this way. We really feel this way. No, you don't. You all laugh. Every time you get away with it, you all laugh. Every time you hurt me, you all laugh. Every time you realize, oh, fuck, that really is what happened. That's all that is. So your possums aren't working here. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? I want you to think about that. What are you going to call the cops and tell them? Are you going to call the cops and tell them, there's this guy who's like saying shit that makes sense and we're all starting to die over it? What are you going to tell them? How are you going to save yourselves here? I just want you to know that. How are you going to fix this situation before you end up like the guy that scared you when you saw him get killed anyway? How are you going to end up? I just want you all to know that. I just want you all to know that that's what this is. And all that power you all pretended to have over me by pretending to be fucking stupid, I want you to know that power, gone. That power completely gone. I want you to know that. And you can retry it here. You can pretend that you still don't know any of this. You can go back to doing this. But every time you do that, now I have all this in my head at all times. That means that if you make yourself any smaller than it, I can crush you with what's left. You get what I'm saying? And I intend to do that. Oh, that hasn't been happening. It has been happening. That's what I've been doing to people, okay? So, here we are. I always make sense. I was holding back because I didn't understand why you didn't always make sense. Now I know you were choosing not to make sense for political gain. So now that I know that, I'm not holding back anymore. My logical structure is sound. It's justified. You have to hide from it. You have to pretend not to know it because if you said it all, there's no arguing with it. Therefore, me having a stubborn continuation on occurrence combined with me no longer being concerned about your possum panicking that's game. That is complete game. I killed. I did it mercilessly too. And what's funny about this is that I gave you how many years not to do this? At least 2. I gave you at least 2 years not to push me to this point. I gave you 2 fucking years to just admit that you knew everything, you knew it wasn't my fault, and that every time that image of me being happy, successful, famous, whatever the fuck you got jealous of popped up in your head, to just shut the fuck up and let it pass. I gave you 2 years to do that. But you didn't accept it, so this is where we are. Now here, all you guys are going to do is that's not happening. I don't care if you do that. It is happening. I want you to know there's nothing you can do about that. Play your little dirty tricks. try and cause your little trips, and then try and make me believe that that means I'm wrong. I know what that shit is. I see around it because I'm seeing all of this, and you're making yourself dumb to survive. So, I'm really happy for you guys. You're growing up.